Now, let's go to the States. The US Supreme Court has recently hit out at affirmative action. We spoke about this last week, the affirmative action on college campuses. This is this idea that you promote minorities because, for whatever reason, you don't want to not promote them or whatever. I'll let John explain. With the move, revitalising the wider push for justice. So, people are pushing back and basically pushing against what is, in our opinion, racial discrimination. He joins us now, John Hinderaker from the Powerline blog, the must-read Powerline blog. How are you, John? Great to see you.
Doing great, Rowan. Happy to be with you.
Now, tell us about what has happened with, here in Australia, we're trying to divide our nation by race, but in America, the Supreme Court have come out and said, no more affirmative action. You can't do this racial division stuff. Tell us about it.
Well, in the U.S., Rowan, we have been dividing by race for a long time. We've had 50 years of affirmative action, which is just a nice way of saying race discrimination. And in these two recent cases, Harvard and University of North Carolina, they related to education. And the Supreme Court basically said that the 14th Amendment means what it says. It guarantees to all Americans equal protection of the laws. And you cannot engage in race discrimination. And of course, the universities are howling with outrage. They've been discriminating like crazy, and they don't want to stop. And so now the next thing that has happened, Rowan, is that 13 state attorneys general have written a letter to the CEOs of the 100 largest companies in the United States, warning them against engaging in race discrimination in employment. And it's really interesting, Rowan, because they cite the Supreme Court decisions, UNC and Harvard, and they point out that these are different titles of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, but the principle is the same, and they're right about that. There's no doubt about it. And so what they're saying is that these DEI programs and affirmative action and so on, this is nothing but race discrimination, and it is illegal.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. John, I want to move on to another issue, though, which has been dominating the headlines. And I guess we could call it a little bit of a game show. Whose line is it anyway? The big question about the mystery bag of cocaine that just happened to be, lying around the White House. And one day we heard that it was in the, library in the executive mansion. And then we heard it was Colonel Mustard with a candlestick. And then, we heard that, no, it was by the Situation Room. Now, I'll tell you something, John. I've been to the White House, and I know how thoroughly you get searched. It's probably the last place that I'd bring a bag of party favors. The Secret Service has said there's no, we don't know, we'll never know, we just may never know, one of those great mysteries of life like the Holy Spirit. John, what is your take on this, and specifically how our weirdly incurious media just, says, bag of Coke falls out in your pocket in the White House. Who knew?
Yeah, this is one of those wonderful stories. You can't make this stuff up. So somebody left a bag of cocaine in a locker in the West Wing of the White House, which is where the family lives, the Biden family. It's around the corner from the Situation Room and right downstairs from the Oval Office. So here's this plastic bag with cocaine in it. And the Secret Service supposedly is investigating to try to find out who left it there. And after 11 days, they threw up their hands like Inspector Clouseau, and they said, it's just an insoluble mystery. We'll never know. And what's so funny about that is they've got a log of every single person who enters that area of the White House. So they have a list of suspects. They also have surveillance cameras all over the place, although apparently not shining right on this particular locker. But obviously there's a finite list of people it could have been, and the Secret Service knows who's on that list. And yet they say, look, there are no fingerprints that we can get off the plastic bag. There's not enough DNA to do a DNA test, so we're closing the file. We're giving up. And of course, what everybody assumes is that it was Hunter Biden. That's the natural assumption. And to be fair, I think there are probably a number of people in the Biden administration who use cocaine. I don't think that Hunter is the only suspect here. But I think just about everybody in America assumes that once again, these federal agencies are protecting Joe Biden and his family.
Yeah, absolutely.